acceptable level of delays and cancellations. The system is not yet able to cope.
Now overseas. In Russia, Alexander Dugin speaks at a memorial service for his daughter. She was killed in a car bombing Moscow has blamed on Ukraine. Kyiv has denied it was behind the attack. From London, CBS's Vicky Barker has more on British trials for a drug that could speed recovery for monkeypox patients.
The smallpox drug tecaviramab, or TPOXX, is already being administered to monkeypox patients in hospitals, but unanswered questions about its safety and efficacy have kept it from being approved for community use. It's hoped that trials will provide some of those answers.
Scientists are sounding the alarm about the number of tree species facing extinction amid climate change and disease. CBS's Allison Keyes.
Among trees on the list, the giant redwoods along California's Pacific Coast, American chestnuts, and black ash. Researchers blame a plethora of invasive insects, a spike in deadly diseases, and climate change.
And checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 144 points. The NASDAQ is up 7. The S&P is down about 5 points. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
It's 9:03 at the Bay Area's news station, KCBS. Expect hazy sunshine throughout the afternoon today after the overcast. Good morning, I'm Melissa Colross, and here is what's happening. Despite the governor's veto of a bill that would have created safe injection sites in San Francisco, Oakland, and L.A., San Francisco city attorney says he would get behind a plan that would have a nonprofit operate its own safe site if it would save lives. KCBS reporter Holly Kwan has more on what the next steps could be. At the governor's desk for a second time, San Francisco might just go at it alone. City Attorney David Chu telling KCBS New York currently has 2 sites run by a nonprofit that has saved over 400 people from ODing on the street by having them near someone who can help.
We have seen overdose prevention programs around the world successfully. We know what works. We would certainly put significant guardrails around program in San Francisco to make sure that it would save lives. And we've seen it in other places save lives without increasing public safety issues. And certainly we would do that.
Complaint from critics that safe injection sites send the wrong message that it's okay to do drugs if you do it safely and out of sight of the general public. San Francisco Mayor London Breed, a longtime supporter of safe sites, says you have to acknowledge that drug use is all over the city. I don't think it's PCs either. So, we got to pick our battles here. 2 nonprofits that currently run overdose prevention programs say they can't run a site without help, meaning an actual site and funds either from the city or private donors. Kwan, KCBS.
Nearly 100 homeless people still are living on borrowed time at an encampment near San Jose International Airport. The Federal Aviation Administration's deadline to clear the site is coming up fast, and the city is planning to start removing people on September 1st. Campers who say they have nowhere to go are worried, even working to find them places to stay. Once the process to clear the camp begins, San Jose will have 1 month to get the job done or risk losing millions of dollars in FAA funding. Well, imagine taking a COVID test and thinking it was free, then getting billed more than $300 for it. KCBS's Jennifer Hodges reports that is what happened to a Sacramento woman who now has filed class action lawsuit against Kaiser.
Under federal law, COVID testing is supposed to be free.
This lawsuit is a test case to get discovery on how prevalent this billing practice was.
That's legal analyst Steve Clark. The lawsuit accuses Kaiser of using a bundling flu shot as a way to bill someone. The woman suing says she never asked for one.
The key to this lawsuit will be ascertaining how many patients could have been and if this was a widespread practice, certainly Kaiser could be facing millions of dollars in judgments, in addition to some very bad publicity.
Kaiser insures 40% of Californians, so the number of patients who may have been could be fairly large. Kaiser did issue a statement saying they're reviewing the allegation and that it is their policy not to charge. Jennifer Hodges, KCBS.
California prison officials say a potential data breach may have compromised the medical information of staff, visitors, and others who were tested for COVID-19. These tests happened between June of 2020 and last January. The State Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation says the possible breach came to light during routine maintenance of its information systems earlier this year. Medical information about prisoners going as far back as 2008 may have been included in the breach along with financial information. Prison officials say a multi-agency even looked at the information. Just ahead on KCBS.
I'm Jeffrey Schaub in Little Saigon. A 60-year-old Chinese woman is murdered as an Oakland neighborhood mourns once again.
I'm angry. I want to stop hate against our Asian.
KCBS News Time 9:08. Let's head over to your local Honda dealer's traffic center to get an update on this very busy. The crash coming off the end of the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, and I'm starting to see the brake lights here with the Chilton Auto Body collision cam. This report is brought to you by Dolan Law Firm. So, yep, this is a new crash coming into CHP. They're saying westbound near the San Quentin side on the span. It's a couple vehicles the left lane to look for growing delays trying to make your way into Marin. South 101 through Marin. On the side, there was an earlier fender bender. It's off to the side near Lucas Valley Road. East Bay is in the real trouble spot. At least the overturn's clear. The one on eastbound 4 at Summersville. All lanes are open. It's still crowded, though. 580, yep, we have problems on 580. On 580 at MacArthur High Street in Oakland, a new crash in the second from left lane, and they're clearing one that was farther up near Coolidge. That one should just about be off to the shoulder. That was in the third from left lane. Nimitz Freeway has been slow from the get-go because of earlier problems up by the Broadway turnoff. Right at the exit ramp, there was a crash that had Caltrans trying to repair some water barrels there. Northbound 880 right near the Coliseum, just north of it near 66th Avenue, a hit-and-run crash. Stages here. That's why you're backed up in the San Leandro. Dolan Law Firm people injured by the fault of others and by unlawful workplace discrimination and harassment. With offices throughout the Bay Area and LA, Dolan Law helps fight injustice at DolanLawFirm.com. 918 on the traffic leader KCBS. Whole lot of sunshine expected throughout the afternoon today. Highs getting into the 60s and 70s at the beaches. 70s to the 80s by the bay and the low to mid-90s inland. It'll be a little bit hazy as well. We got traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KC. This November, Californians will have a choice between two initiatives on sports betting. What's at stake? We have a chance to tax and regulate sports betting to fund permanent solutions to our homelessness crisis. That's Prop 27. Prop 27 generates hundreds of millions every year to get people off the streets and into housing. On the other hand, Prop 26, not a dime to solve homelessness or treat addiction. Prop 27 has strong protections to prevent minors from betting and strictly prohibits betting on youth sports. Prop 26, no protections for minors. Prop 27 helps every tribe, including disadvantaged tribes. Prop 26, unlike casino tribes, leaving nothing for disadvantaged tribes. The differences are important, and the choice is clear. Vote yes on 27. Ad paid for by Yes on 27, Californians for Solutions to Homelessness and Mental Health Support, a coalition of housing and mental health experts, concerned taxpayers, and digital sports, entertainment, and gaming companies. Committee major funding from Penn Interactive Ventures.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibility.
Offer ends 9/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
KCBS News Time 9/11. This portion of our News Watch sponsored by Pacific Coast Termite. Mourn the death of a 60-year-old Chinese-American woman who was shot and killed during an attempted robbery on Sunday afternoon in the city's Little Saigon neighborhood. KCBS's Jeffrey Shah. Residents want the violence targeting Asians and Asian Americans in the community to stop.
Lily Zhu, beloved dentist and community leader, gunned down while resisting assault and robbery in broad daylight. Not the first or second, but third such fatality in Little Saigon in recent weeks, not to mention many other attacks on Asian Americans here. Ivy Sang gave Zhu adult ballet lessons.
She was dancing, she was a swan. You know, she was dancing so beautiful. All of a sudden, she's gone. So everybody's so angry and just shocked.
A visibly shaken Oakland City Council President Nikki Fortunato Bass represents Little Saigon.
I'm speechless, really. I'm angry. I want to stop hate against our Asian community, violence against our Asian community, and create safer streets.
The murder suspect is at large. The city's police chief adamantly says detectives do intend to track him down. In Oakland, Jeffrey Schaub, KCBS.
KCBS News Time, 9:13. A sports update coming up in just 2 minutes.
Have you noticed? It's getting hot out, so don't let termites take over while you're on vacation. Hi, Joe Starkey here. My friends at Pacific Coast Termite have treated over 50,000 homes, including mine, and commercial businesses, and they can help you too. Their service professionals are uniformed, clean, and polite, and provide a 2-year guarantee on all their termite work. If you call now, you get a free inspection, plus 10% off any termite treatment you may need. Call 1-800-PACIFIC. That's 1-800-722-4342. Pacific Coast Termite uses orange oil plus, so you and your pets can stay in your home. No fumigation to force you to bag your food. No need to move out. Pacific Coast Termite is a trusted company, and they've been with KCBS for many years, and they're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. So if you call now, you get 10% off termite treatments. And have you noticed rodents? Oh, yikes. We did, and Pacific Coast Termite took care of that problem, too. Call them like I did. 1-800-PACIFIC. That's 800-722-4342 or PacificCoastTermite.com.
Did you get the Summit Horizon clean last night? I don't want another barge incident. Where's Ivan?
Kiki's head of docking operations just jumped ship.
What do you mean he's sailing around the world?
She needs a new marina manager to help keep her head above water.
Yeah, the tide's perfect, but we are slammed.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup sound experiment. We're looking to find the perfect way to hear Reese's, so buy more of them. Here we go. Reese's, Reese's, Reese's. Get out of here, you little stinker! Reese's!
Reese's.
Buttercup. That breathy one sounded very creepy, am I right?
Coming up on KCBS, what Pfizer's new COVID vaccine could do to protect against virus. Also, we've got some major problems on the East Bay Road. An injury crash in Danville is blocking multiple lanes of northbound 680. Traffic report coming up in just 3 minutes. We are headed now to the Bay Area Chevy dealer sports desk. Ted Ramey has got some big news coming out of the NBA this morning.
Yes, the Nets general manager Sean Marks released a statement that says the Nets and Kevin Durant are moving forward with their relationship to try and bring a championship to Brooklyn, which means that despite the fact that KD requested a trade in June, on the one hand, that could be the case. On the other hand, this could be a play to drive up any potential trade offers that might still be out there, but it really does seem like they are trying to make this work and taking Durant off the trading block to work on that championship. He has 4 years left on the deal. Out of golf, Phil Zalatoris is withdrawn from the upcoming Tour Championship. This month's President's Cup, Zalatoris had to withdraw from last week's BMW Championship due to back issues. The clip that went viral on social media. He was trying to have an adjustment while he was out there on the green. Well, it turns out those back issues he was suffering from are 2 herniated discs. Yikes. His spokesperson said Zalatoris is working to be back as soon as possible, but they did not give a timeline. This is such a bummer, though, because Zalatoris was coming up with his first win just a week prior. He had ascended to 9th in the world rankings, so that's not the way you want to see things go for a golfer. The San Jose Sharks re-signed forward Noah Gray.